Good morning. Good morning. What's up, y'all? I had to take a few days off. I had a lot on my plate, and I was doing some late nights and early rising, and I just couldn't fit the readings in. And I missed you so much. Um, and even today, I still had stuff to do, but I didn't want to stay away too much longer. So I don't know. Anyway, I hope everyone had a great weekend, uh, a great week last week. Um, yeah, everyone is feeling good and rested and ready to go. All right, all right. So, I had, I really don't have time. See, that's what I'm saying. I, I don't like getting on here and having to rush, but you know, there's a lot of moving pieces in my life right now. And so I try to fit this in, where I can. But and I'm doing my very best to stay consistent. So but there are times where I just have to pull away like last week. But today I'm gonna do a little quickie and get straight to the meat. I actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna just do the self-esteem, but I was gonna use these cards, and when I picked it up, this fell out the bottom, and it says overcoming. And on the bottom of the deck, we got facing shadows. So this is what we're gonna talk about. And earlier, one of the things that come to me yesterday um, is gaslighting. How we gaslight ourselves. How we let how people gaslight us, and how we gaslight ourselves. Um, you know, past history will have you think, or just unhealed energy from the past, maybe a past endeavor that you had, or a past relationship. um we could be insecure about stepping in something new, you know what I'm saying? And we can gaslight ourselves by thinking that we're not as healed as we think we are from a past situation, you know and cut ourselves off from exploring or experiencing the new, you know. Um and how that's one way to see it, how that's how we gaslight ourselves, by doubting the fact that we've healed and overcome, because we got overcoming right here. We've overcome um, past disappointments, you know what I'm saying? But or that's what's going to come up. These types of things are coming up. That's what's in the energy right now. Everybody is experiencing this to some degree. And it says, okay, well, I'll just read it. Overcoming. It says, the wall before you seems daunting, but you are stronger than you think. Gather your strength, focus your mind, and you will move through it, leaving doubt behind. That's that gaslighting. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we got facing shadows. This is the time to look within to confront what you have been avoiding. The light you are seeking may be hidden in the darkness you fear. So again, um, I had an interesting conversation with my sister, and just to sum it up, I'm not gonna say what we talked about, but you know, she, because like again, we all experiencing this energy, and she had some doubts about some idea, or uh, a particular way she was handling, or well, a particular situation that she was facing. And she said, when she said that, she went within, she flipped it over and turned it around, kept looking at the situation from different viewpoints before she decided She was good with her decision. That's what's required right now. Because again, this energy is so new. This a lot of people are going through new beginnings, starting over, stepping out on and into stepping into situations that we haven't experienced. Now, it may appear to be the same. Like, okay, of course, if you're talking about a new relationship, yes, you've been in relationships before, but if you have done your healing work, although it's a new relationship, it ain't the same relationship, because if you're healed, you're attracting situations and people from this healed place. And the gaslighting fall comes in when we are have a little fear that this might look like the last thing, um, because it got some of the same components, or that you might have little remnants of old stuff that you still need to face, and just call it out for what it is. This just me being apprehensive about the new journey, because number one, I've never done it before, and number two, my past history. It's like you're not trusting yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not trusting that you're healed, so therefore you will gaslight yourself into thinking that you're not ready for the new experience that the universe has brought to you. And I'm here to tell you, um, trust, trust, and feel empowered about the direction that spirit is leading you. All right, your highest self. Okay, all right. So, um, self-esteem, because again, this is self-esteem Monday, and let's ask spirit, what can we do to help ourselves? Oh wow. I cut the deck on show up strong. Show up strong to your new life, y'all. Show up strong to your new life. All right. Be confident. All right. Let's see. Let's show up. We are determined to show up strong, um for ourselves. And then that in turn radiates out to others. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, and shares. Um, I really do appreciate it. All right. I'm gonna shuffle. We're gonna see. Spirit, what is an area we should as a collective we could be focusing on to strengthen, and it just came out. Purpose party. Okay. All right. Purpose party. Oh, and it's coming out. Express. I said show up strong when you first cut the when you first cut the deck. Okay. So purpose party and show up strong. These two came out. So it says, oh, it's number 59. Five is ending. Five is ending, and nine is too, actually. But 59 and 13. I always say nine is like the reality. Um, and this is my definition of nine. I feel like nine is a reality. Um, you know, how we view things, you know what I'm saying? Perception, all right? Um, and five is change, all right? So it says what you'll need for this is a poster, paper, photos, magazines, printout, scissors, glue, marker. Oh, create a vision board. It says create a vision board with friends or family. Find inspiration from photos, printouts, magazines, cutouts, and write messages affirming your strength, gifts, and purpose, as well as the goals for your future. Together, share your individual and collective goals on a board and develop awareness, support, and accountability with each other. Oh, okay. That's nice. It says tip. Have everyone bring a magazine or printout to share for inspiration. Mark your calendars for an update. Mark your calendars for an update event at the end of the year to celebrate your progress, achievements, and new goals. Now, that's something nice. So, um, Spirit is saying, if you have a friend group and and I'm assuming, great minds think alike, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's not just you on this journey, this us as a collective. So everybody is going through these changes. Number five, we're all changing our reality. All right. That's number nine. So get your, partner up with a couple good friends, you know what I'm saying? And create a purpose party. Do your little vision boards and like I said, check it out at the end of the year. I'm gonna hold this up. I might even just take a picture of it and put it on the I'll do that. I'll take a picture of the front and back and put it on the community page. All right. So again, the question that I asked her about, these cards was, what can we do to strengthen our self-esteem, you know, um, during this time of change as we're stepping into uh, our new reality. All right. Okay. So one and three. One is the self, that's the individual. All right. Three is creation. All right. So it says show up strong. Oh, well, show up strong. All right. Oh, did I say this? Okay, your purpose party. It's commitment time of commitment is 1 to 2 hours. And it says once a year. All right. All right. Um, and here we have show up strong. It says time to commit 30 minutes every day for 1 week. Mm. Oh, this. So again, when I say one, this is your individual. All right. This is your individual commitment to yourself. All right. Um, and so that you can recreate or create, um, um, I guess the the just create a strong um not boundary, but a stronger, self, your a strong self-esteem and strong legs, and because I've been talking about these, this is Bambi legs. We got Bambi legs right now. So this is how you can make sure that you show up strong to your new life. All right. Okay. So it says 30 minutes every day for 1 week. All right. On the back, it says you need paper, writing utensil, and it says observe how you feel entering various settings, including your home, a friend's place, a restaurant, a party, work, etc. In spaces where you feel self conscious, intentionally hold your head high and walk with good posture. Focus on maintaining a positive mindset. Reflect or journal about your experience and and how your poise and mindset impact impacted your confidence. Okay. I actually have a I actually have a story. Uh a quick story. But hold on, let me just finish this. It says tip. How Imagine how you want to show up in these settings. Practice carrying yourself with poise in front of a mirror. That if that helps. All right. So basically, um, if let's say you do this exercise, you and you write down some things that how if something happened to you and you felt like not so empowered, but you had to force yourself to do it, you know, um, well, not really force yourself to do it, but purposely, consciously, uh, straighten out your backbone and keep your chin up, you know. Um, anyway, mirror work, a good way to ensure that if one of the a situation like this happens where somebody is trying to make you feel small, if you practice in the mirror, based on some of the accounts that's already taking place in your life, if you practice in the mirror how you would show up with poise, though you ain't got to cuss nobody out, you ain't got to be mean, but show up for yourself. All right, practice that, so any event the next time or another times a situation may occur, you'll already feel empowered. You know what I'm saying? It won't make you, shrink, because that's not what we're trying to do. You know, the healed us is moving forward with confidence. This is confidence building in your new reality. All right. All right. So let me check what time it is, and then I'll tell you my quick little story. Okay, 16 minutes. I can get the story. So yesterday, I'm at a restaurant, and a young lady who's our waitress kept, when we first showed up, she pulls up to the table and she's like, hi guys, woo woo woo. And then she goes on to address me as sweetheart and this and that and the other. But I didn't pay no mind to it at first. But as the afternoon progressed, every time she came to the table, it was sweetie and this and that, it was, but here's the thing, y'all. I really had to, first of all, go within, because I'm like, is this a shadow that I feel like she is trying to undermine my presence, as and like reduce me to, when people say try to make me, make me feel little, like, I really had to go within. And I'm like, okay, why is what she's saying to me so irritating? You know, um, and so needless to say, it was so, you know what, I'm gonna tell y'all. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I started addressing my shadow in that moment, you know. And I'm like, okay, this is irritating me again, because I always speak about when stuff irritates you that people do, that's that's something that that's shadow work. So I'm sitting at the table and I'm actively doing shadow work, so I won't explode on this girl, because how she's speaking to me is very condescending. It was very condescending. um but the healing I got from it was, where do I, because maybe she didn't, and I honestly felt like she did not know that that's what she was doing, but again, when I say you have angels and you have darker forces both working hand in hand. See, the darker forces work through people to trigger you, so you can go in and work with your shadow and come out on top. All right, so they the energies work together. So that's why I say you gotta love the good, the bad, and the indifferent, because it's all a part of the same whole. Okay. and the card slid and it says good health. Okay. But and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. So anyway, I'm doing my shadow work and I'm like, why is this irritating me? Blah blah blah. And then I went through the whole process of, okay, this is the, these darker energies are trying to push my triggers to make me, address something that might be lingering in my energy. And so once I understood, ultimately I understood that this is something that maybe I do. And I'm not saying in the same form, you know, and I'm gonna say maybe like my daughter's talking to me, and and I may say I say something condescending to her. Maybe that's how she feels. So really it just brought me to the point where I recognize where I may do this. It just brought it all back to me because everything stems from you. You know, things that are introduced into your reality, such as this, it was a lesson to me that maybe I should be more mindful of how I'm dealing with people as well. But nevertheless, I got my message. And like I said, in a old unhealed, that a further unhealed me would have said something rude to the young lady. But what I was getting from it, like I said, I don't believe that she was being intentional. I just think that the lower frequencies were working through her. And um she was just picking up on a lower frequency, and trying to bring my energy down by making me cower or feel small, or because that's what I was getting from it. Like, what I said didn't matter. She was more addressing the person that I was with, you know um as if their word meant more than mine in the moment. You know what I mean? And so this is all part of that wounding, uh and the divine feminine healing wounding too. I mean, healing that divine feminine wounding, as it's being worthy to sit at the table, to have a seat at the table and have say. And your voice and your words are held with regard, up the utmost regard. Having say in how your life moves forward, and you know what I'm saying, just having a voice, period. you know and so I understood the assignment, that what was happening in the moment played a part in all of that. And so I dealt with it accordingly, and I acted with poise. You know what I'm saying? And I was so proud of myself and how I handled it, because at the end of the day, when we were about to leave, she asked, "Is there anything I can do for you? Anything else I can do for you, sweetheart?" And I didn't say anything. So now y'all may see that as rude, but I was taught that when you can't say nothing nice, you don't say nothing at all. So um I was at that point, I was still working it out. I didn't say I got the gist of the lesson, you know, in the city. It took me the rest of the evening to really process everything that was going on, because I had to sort everything and put everything in its rightful place. And I had to flip shit over and turn it around, look at it from her eyes, from somebody else's eyes that I may have done it to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working it. But anyway, and I also want to make sure, because I know when anytime you have an interaction with somebody, everybody is walking away with something. So I did not want to uh put some energy out there that will come back to bite me on the ass. So I had to handle it the best way I could in the moment, and from where I was at that point. So when she asked me for the final time, "Sweetie, is there anything else I can do for you?" I didn't say anything. I wasn't even looking at her. And then she said it again. So I turned to her, and now I'm looking her in her eyes. And then she say, "Sweetheart, do you need something else?" And as I'm looking her, and it's the third time I'm looking her in her eyes, and I'm sending her that. I actually, it was like that mother look, because she looked like she was about 20. You know, she couldn't. If she was early 30s, I really doubt it. It felt like she was in her 20, mid to uh, latter 20s. So I just gave her that mother look. And that mother look, everybody, if you're a mother, you got that mother look. Like when y'all out in public and they acting a fool and you looking at them like, hey, you know, you need to calm down type look. You know what I'm saying? So, but I looked her in her eyes, and I wanted to make sure she locked eyes with me, and I sent her some telepathy that um her behavior, or how she was addressing me, was not suitable. You know what I'm saying? For a woman of my age. Like, you wouldn't, and if you're a man, you would not let nobody, a kid, keep calling you son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's totally disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying she had to call me ma'am. She didn't have to say anything. All she had to, is there anything else I could do for you? She didn't have to put this sweetie shit and all this shit down. No. So anyway, valuable lesson. Valuable lesson. I appreciated it. So anyway, I'm gonna get out for here. So good health. Now, good health. It says your commitment to wellness is paying off. Keep making choices that support your highest well-being. All right. So good health, it doesn't necessarily mean about the physical body, but mental health. All right. Keep making choices that and keep doing your work, keep doing your interest, facing your shadow. Like I said, I had to face my shadow at that table. And my commitment to myself, what I mean, to making sure I have a balanced ego, worked out for me in that moment. All right. So that's what Spirit is asking you to do. Keep doing your work. All right. All right. I appreciate you all. I hope that helps someone out there. Y'all have a great day. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to get on here and share. And I really, really, really appreciate you all. So until next time, bye.